Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. You keep on a walking, keep on a talking, marching to the freedom land. Ain't gonna let your dogs turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let your police dogs turn me round. You keep on a walking, keep on a talking, marching to the freedom land. Ain't gonna let Governor Wallace turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let Governor Wallace turn me round. You keep on a walking, keep on a talking, marching to the freedom land. Ain't gonna let no injunction turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let no injunction turn me round. You keep on a walking, keep on a talking, marching to the freedom land. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. You keep on a walking, keep on a talking, marching to the freedom land. One of the songs goes way back in Highlanders history, and the woman who wrote it, Florence Reese, is still living. She's about 80 years old, lives in Knoxville, is Yuan, and she wrote that back in the 30s when gun thugs tried to murder her husband for trying to organize a union up in Harlan County. And if you don't want your husband to die in a coal mine, I'll see you in the morning out on the picket line. Tell me, which side are you on? 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 They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a thug for J.H. Blair. Tell me, which side are you on? 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 Don't scab for the bosses, don't listen to their lies. People haven't got a chance unless they organize. Tell me, which side are you on? 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 From all of you good people, good news to you I'll tell. How the miners' union has come in here to dwell. Tell me, which side are you on? 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 You don't want your husband to die in a coal mine. I'll see you in the morning out on the picket line. Tell me, which side are you on? 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 Here's a song that came out of Harlan County last 2 years ago from the Jericho Mine. Hey, you scabs in your armored trucks, you having a comfortable ride. If you think you're gonna cruise into the Jericho Mine, you better wake up and look outside. 'Cause there's women out here on a picket line, and we sure ain't gonna go away till the scabs dry up and Sigmund agrees that the union is here to stay. Sigmund Brothers, real notorious mine operators in eastern Kentucky. We ain't wearing dresses and we ain't powdered up 'cause we ain't here to brighten your trip. We're here to de-scab this mine and get you on our side, and we ain't letting one scab slip. And if you think our eyes are beginning to shine, it ain't make 'em makes it look that way. It's a scab-hating fire raging in our souls. It's the spirit of the UMWA. If you're looking for curls and a pretty face, you better shut your eyes and dream. Oh, the sight of scabs stands our hair on ends and makes the meanest faces you've ever seen. If you think you can push through us women out here, give up, buddy, you've already lost. 'Cause we're stronger than scabs in armored trucks and your rich old scab-loving boss. And everybody knows that scabs carry germs, and we ain't gonna let you infest this mine. You're formed by the blood of the worst disease. Your scabs ain't gonna cross this line. Well, if you value your health and you're looking for a cure, come on and take a union stand, or you'll ride in the blood of the company men and be scabs on a sick man's hand. Well, hey, you scabs in your armored trucks, you having a comfortable ride. Well, if you think you're gonna cruise into the Jericho mine, you better wake up and look outside. 'Cause we're women out here on the picket line, we sure ain't gonna go away till you scabs dry up and Sigmund agrees that the union is here to stay. Till you scabs dry up and Sigmund agrees that the union is here to stay. Picket lines up at Jericho or at Stearns, people after a while, they just like to hear some good hoedown music and dance, because they can only talk about their problems and sing about them for so long. And one of the songs that's most associated with Highlander's history of 50 years is a song that came up in 1945 to Highlander with a lot of the older black people that came up in Charleston, South Carolina. They've been about 300 women out on strike for 5 months in Charleston, South Carolina, and worked in a tobacco factory. It's one of the songs they sang on the picket line was an old song that said, "I'll be all right someday. I'll wear the cross, I'll wear the crown, I'll be like him." That song got changed around on the picket line to "We," and we will overcome, one of the old traditional verses, and it's gone around the world. But that song came up to Highlander in 1945 and stayed on there as a theme song, and it spread all over the South during the sit-in movement, and kept adding verses through the years. Maybe we sing some of that old-time way of doing it. I'll be all right someday. I will be all right. I will be all right someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe, yes, that I will be all right someday. Those old verses was very prophetic. He said, "I'll sing my song someday." Yes, I will sing my song. I will sing my song. I will sing my song someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe, yes, that I will sing my song someday. We're not afraid, and we are not afraid. We are not afraid. are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe, yes, that we shall overcome someday. Back around 1960, when I was at Highlander Center, we were having a workshop one weekend with about 60 people up there from Montgomery, Alabama, and we'd seen a movie that night, and the school, Highlander Center, was surrounded by a bunch of deputized thugs, and they came in and turned off the lights on the films, and everybody sat there in the dark while they went around and ransacked everybody's luggage. They didn't want people coming up to Highlander talking about how to change that way of life. Black teenager named Mary Ethel Dozier in the dark there started humming this tune to help people feel better, and she made up those words right there in the dark, "We are not afraid," and everybody started singing that song. Down the Sea Islands, I was able to hear people down there, they do a kind of shout to it, and it goes, "I'll be all right, I'll be all right, I'll be all right someday. Oh, down in my heart, I will not yield, I'll be all right someday." And they have foot and hand rhythms. I can't do it, I'm a motor moron, but they have a kind of shouting. If you go to John's Island, you'll see it's old-time shouting. I got a chance through being at Highlander to go out and live in those Sea Islands for a couple of years, and to know a lot of the people down there who have really rich traditions. Hear little kids there, even when they play games outside, a lot of their verses would have things about slavery times in them. Like they play hide and seek. Some of the verses might be like, "Oh, you sift the meal, you give me the husk. You bake the bread, you give me the crust. You cook the meat, you give me the skin. That's how you took my mama in. Is you all hid, all hid, all hid, all hid. 5, 10, 15, 20, is you all hid." And while everybody's hiding, somebody's got to make up verses. "Two old maids sitting in the sand, each of them wishing that the other was a man. Is you all hid," or whatever, you know. "Two little kids standing in the stable, one fell down and he skinned his navel. Is you all hid, all hid, help me out, all hid, all hid. 5, 10, 15, 20, is you all hid. My old master promised me that when he died he'd set me free. He lived so long till his head got bald, he give up the notion of dying at all. Is you all hid, all hid, all hid, all hid. 5, 10, 15, 20, is you all hid. 1, 2, I don't know what to do. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, I'm in a terrible fix. 7, 8, I made a mistake. 9, 10, my eyes open, I'm a-looking. Is you all hid, all hid, all hid, all hid. 5, 10, 15, 20, is you all hid. You sift a meal, you give me the husk. You bake the bread and you give me the crust.
I got to move. We got to move. We got to move. We got to move. Oh, and oh, get ready. You got to move. Oh, you may be rich. You may be poor. You may be high. You may be low. But when you know, get ready. You got to move. Oh, my brother move. My brother move. My brother move. My brother move. But when you know, get ready. You got to move. Oh, sometime I up. Sometime I down. Sometime I get. Must fall and ground. Oh, when you know, get ready. We got to move. Oh, we got to move. We got to move. We got to move. We got to move. Oh, when you know, get ready. Oh, we got to move. We got to move. We got to move.
But we found a lot of those older spirituals that people knew became the freedom songs that people struggled through all through the 60s. So many of the great, powerful songs like Ain't Gonna Let Nobody Turn Me Around, or Keep Your Eyes on the Prize, or Guide My Feet While I Run This Race, or We Shall Overcome, This Little Light of Mine. Just, I don't know if we realize how many fantastic songs have come out of black culture that people have sung around this country to lift their spirits, or just they're some of the best songs for singing together. So I saw a lot of those songs come out of that older black culture and just be sung by the new, younger blacks who are ready to confront the system head on, at least in the 60s, in the way they did at the lunch counters and the freedom rides and the voter registration drives in Mississippi. And many of them lost their lives and dropped out of college to go out and work for something they believed in, a more democratic America.
Ain't gonna let nobody, Lordy, turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let nobody, Lordy, turn me round. Keep on walking, yeah, keep on talking, Lordy, marching up the freedom land. Ain't gonna let segregation, Lordy, turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let segregation, Lordy, turn me round. Keep on walking, yeah, keep on talking, yeah, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let no jailhouse, Lordy, turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let no jailhouse turn me round. Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let no nervous Nelly, Lordy, turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let no nervous Nelly, Lordy, turn me round. Keep on walking, yeah, keep on talking, yeah, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let Chief Pitcher, Lordy, turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let Chief Pitcher, Lordy, turn me round. Keep on walking, Lord, keep on talking, Lord, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let Mayor Kelly, Lord, turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let Mayor Kelly, Lord, turn me round. Keep on walking, Lord, keep on talking, Lord, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let no Uncle Tom, Lord, turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let no Uncle Tom, Lord, turn me round. Keep on walking, yeah, keep on talking, yeah, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let nobody, Lord, turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let nobody, Lord, turn me round. Keep on walking, yeah, keep on talking, yeah, marching up to freedom land.
Ain't you got a right? Ain't you got a right? Ain't you got a right to the tree of life? So rocky is the road, so dangerous is the journey. Ain't you got a right to the tree of life? All of my trials, they're gonna soon be over. Ain't you got a right to the tree of life?
Ain't you got a right?
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 Ain't you got a right
to the tree of life?
Ain't you got a right?
Ain't you got a right
To the tree of life. I'm gonna tell all my brothers.
Ain't you got a right
I'm gonna tell all my sisters.
Ain't you got a right
I'm gonna tell it to the world.
Ain't you got a right
To the tree of life.
Ain't you got a right
Ain't you got a right?
Ain't you got a right
Ain't you got a right?
Ain't you got a right
Ain't you got a right?
to the tree of life? Ain't you got a right
Ain't you got a right?
Ain't you got a right
Ain't you got a right?
Ain't you got a right
Ain't you got a right to the tree of life? Jenny's husband left her with babies on her knee. He's off and gone, no money's come to feed the family. Now miners make good wages in the county she comes from, and children do get hungry, Lord, and Jenny's back is strong. She's a coal mining woman, that's what she wants to be. She breathes that black and dusty air, wears pads upon her knees. She's proud to be a woman and she's working to be free. To be a coal mining woman, that's what she wants to be. Robin's learned it's hard to find a job that satisfies a woman's need to use the strength that in her body lies. It's a rough and rocky journey from the kitchen to the mine, but strength can come from struggle, now Robin's doing fine. She's a coal mining woman, that's what she wants to be. She breathes that black and dusty air, wears pads upon her knees. She's proud to be a woman and she's working to be free. To be a coal mining woman, that's what she wants to be. Dark and cold and dangerous down in that dusty mine, and the fear of fire and caving are hard to leave behind. But the life that woman faces down in that lonely hole would be brighter now if you'd respect that woman loading coal. She's a coal mining woman, that's what she wants to be. She breathes that black and dusty air, wears pads upon her knees. She's proud to be a woman and she's working to be free. Be a coal mining woman, that's what she wants to be. Be a coal mining woman, that's what she aims to be. Used to rise in the morning to watch the rebirth of the sun, to walk in peace in the wildwood with your love, your dog, and your gun. Your love, your dog, and your gun. That 20-ton mistress you've taken has raped and tortured the land, and the earth you loved you've forsaken to plunder with the greed of your hand. Oh, to plunder with the greed of your hand. You talked of the spring water fountain and the green of the carpet below. Now the green you love you are counting, but it's tainted and refuses to grow. Yes, it's tainted and refuses to grow. That 20-ton mistress you've taken has raped and tortured the land, and the earth you loved you've forsaken to plunder with the greed of your hand. Yes, to plunder with the greed of your hand. Longer you walk in the wildwood, for the shame on your face to evoke. But you ride o'er the gears of your dozer, and you hide your face in its smoke. Yes, hiding your shame in its smoke. That 20-ton mistress you've taken has raped and tortured the land. And the earth you love you're forsaken, to plunder with the greed of your hand. Oh, to plunder with the greed of your hand. Taglines at my heart, they're tearing us apart, and the mountainside where we were born. Must I weep and mourn for the land it took 10 million years to form? Now all my eyes can see are just the bleeding scars across the mountainside, across the mountainside. Coalport, PA, just a little town tucked too far away for anyone to know. But the folks born and raised for 6 generations, working day by day, trying to keep themselves a home. Drag lines at my heart, they're tearing us apart, and the mountainside where we were born. Must I weep and mourn for the land it took 10 million years to form? Now all my eyes can see are just the bleeding scars across the mountainside, across the mountainside. Our neighbors down the road, they farmed 12 acres, worked a heavy load, poor as dirt though they tried, till the coal company came through, said, we'll mine your land, take the burden off of you, and we'll see that you get by. Drag lines at my heart, they're tearing us apart, and the mountainside where we were born. Must I weep and mourn for the land it took 10 million years to form? Now all my eyes can see are just the bleeding scars across the mountainside, across the mountainside. First they tore down the home where the grandma and all the kids were born. They just brushed it all aside. Then came the big machines, ripped up the trees and muddied all the streams, while the family stood and cried. Flag lines at my heart, they're tearing us apart, and the mountainside where we were born. Take warning that the storm clouds will come and block out the sun that shines upon the folks who seek their fortunes off the families who have died, trying to survive across the mountainside. Mr. Thompson calls the waiter, orders steak and baked potato, leaves the bone and gristle, never eats the skin. The busboy comes and takes it, with a cough contaminates it, puts it in a can with coffee grounds and sardine tins, and the truck comes by on Friday, carts it all away. 1,000 trucks just like it are converging on the bay. Oh, garbage, garbage. We're filling up the sea with garbage, garbage, garbage. What will we do when there's no place left to put all the garbage? Mr. Thompson starts his Cadillac, winds it down the freeway track, leaving friends and neighbors in a hydrocarbon haze. He's joined by lots of other cars, all sending gases to the stars. They're to form in a seething cloud that hangs for 90 days. The sun looks down into it with its ultraviolet tongues, till it turns to smog and settles down and ends up in our lungs. Oh, garbage, garbage. We're filling up the air with garbage, garbage. Anybody feels too badly about it. Garbage! What will we do when there's nothing left to breathe but garbage? Getting home and taking off his shoes, he settles down with the evening news while the kids do their homework with the TV in one ear, while Batman for the 1000th time helps sexy dolls and conquers crime. The kids try to learn the date of birth of Paul Revere. There's a piece in the paper about Richard's latest game, and he gets it done in time to watch the All-Star Bingo game. Oh, garbage, garbage. We're filling up our minds with garbage, garbage, garbage. What will we do when there's no place left to put all the garbage? Mr. Thompson's factory, they're making plastic Christmas trees, complete with silver tinsel and a geodesic stand. Plastics mixed in giant vats from some conglomeration that's been piped from deep within the earth or strip mined from the land. And if you question anything, they say, why don't you see? It's absolutely needed for the economy. Oh, garbage, garbage. Their stocks and their bonds, all garbage. 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 What will they do when their system goes to smash? There's no value to their cash, their world to be repaid, there's no money to be made. Our kids will read in history books about financiers and other crooks, about feudalism and slavery, about nukes and all their misery. To history's dustbin they're consigned, along with lots of other kinds of garbage. Garbage, garbage. A lot of our work today at Highlander is with land issues and environmental health, occupational health. We work with a lot of coal miners around black lung, textile workers around cotton dust, brown lung, all these communities with toxic dump sites, nukes. We're just always looking for new songs to help express the way people feel. Telephone rang, have you heard the news? carrying crows, coming home to roost. Over at the plant, you know something went wrong. Take the children and run. They say they'll fix it if we only stay calm. Go back to your factories, go back to your farms. Don't you get angry, don't lose your cool. And those bosses will share their power with you. Take the children and run. Dr. Atomic lying through his teeth says we've nothing to fear except fear itself. He visits the plant in a lead-lined suit and comes out looking like courage on the evening news. Take the children and run. Take the children and run. Take the children and run. On a commission and you're 60 years old, you make a deal with the devil and profits unfold. But 20 years down the line and that little girl is in the prime of her life and her blood cells grow wild. Take the children and run. Take the children and run. Take the children and run. I saw the reactor through an April haze. Looked like a blunderbuss aimed at the skies. It's our friendly atom raging out of control, and the scientists are praying for a Lady Luck smile. Take the children and run. Take the children and run. Take the children and run. If I were free to speak my mind, I'd tell a tale to all mankind of how the flowers bloom and fade, of how we fought and how we paid. This weary world has had its fill of words of war on every hill. The time has come for peaceful days, for peaceful men of peaceful ways. If I were free,
if I were free
to speak my mind,
to speak my mind,
I'd tell a tale,
I'd tell a tale
to all mankind of how the flowers bloom and fade, of how we fought and how we paid. When all mankind has ceased to fight, I'll raise my head in thanks each night for this return and all it means, for peaceful days and golden dreams. If I were free,
if I were free
to speak my mind,
to speak my mind,
I'd tell a tale,
I'd tell a tale
to all mankind of how the flowers